Ladies and gentlemen, this is your protostar Kyle Fletcher. Please say my full name when you address me, and you are listening to the Smart Tank Revolution.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Smart Tank Revolution, where we always kick out at 2. I am your host, Flying Solo, live from the Big Apple, Mr. Donnie Wonderful, catching up on Smacketh Down, before Backlash 2025, where after 25 years, we get the last encounter of John Cena versus Randy Orton. Seems like it was yesterday when in SummerSlam 2007, I believe, is when they first locked up. And Randy Orton versus John Cena, I'm pretty sure it was a Backlash. I don't remember what year that was though. This is when hold on, let me pause, let me cut this off. I can't multitask from time to time. I'm usually a genius. But I believe it was a Backlash where they had an Iron Man match. Actually, it was a pretty damn good Iron Man match. I would have that as my it's on my Mount Rushmore of Iron Man matches. I really, over the years, have really enjoyed these two when they got a chance to knuckle up in the square circle, so to speak. John's promo tonight was epic to me because it truly symbolizes the end of an era. This last run has been interesting. John Cena's always been good on the mic. He can talk you into the building. He has the gift of gab, and he has the facial expressions that complement everything that he's saying. This promo tonight, even at the way that he pointed at the crowd when they threw the empty beer bottle, and there should have been more because, man, John Cena, I appreciate your sound intellect and you being a complete asshole and not stepping over that line, but driving over it 700 miles per hour in a NASCAR style speed. When you mention a man's family, nobody knows Bob Sr. He basically just decimated Bob Jr. by saying the only thing that he did was worthy of note was knock up Randy Orton's mom. It's personal. I like this. But what it reminds me of, both guys clearly over 40. I call this the Michael Jordan stage 3. So you guys remember back in the pandemic, about 5 years ago, The Last Dance. Well, there were 10 episodes of that. They forgot the next 2 or 3 that could have followed, and that's Michael Jordan in the Washington Wizard years. In those years, I actually grew even more fond of Michael Jordan because I realized this man knows the game of basketball. Even at his big age at the time, he knows the game of basketball. However, the locker room is completely different from the time when he was in his prime. And he is now seen as the old man or the older legend. Shawn Michaels had that period with me. During the whole 2002 to 2010, I think those were the years. The eight or 9 years when he came back SummerSlam 2002 against Hunter. I gave him some grace because we hadn't seen him in the ring since 1998, and he came back with Hunter and gave a great match. But even then, you knew, even though he stretched that big, but it's not like it was HBK in the 90s where you felt that he had more days in front of him. Obviously, John Cena, this is his last hurrah. Randy Orton. Do you expect to see Randy Orton RKOing guys 5 to 10 years from now? 5 years from now? Maybe. I mean, because to be in your 40s today in 2025, it's not considered old with modern day medicine. I will chant that to till the cows come home. Guys are taking care of their bodies. So we could see that, but realistically, I hate to make me a liar. How about this? Randall, make me a liar. I don't expect to see you RKOing guys in 10 years. 2035, I don't expect to see it. But hey, listen, Ric Flair still has one more match left in him. It can happen. Now, one of the things that I got a big chuckle out of was he said that Randy Orton will be, just like his 2006 drug test, a failure. And I truly believe that there needs to be a 2025 drug test. Randy Orton is every bit of 375 pounds. Randy Orton is huge. Huge. There's no look, drug test Randy Orton. Clenbuterol or whatever, like, the tainted meat. This is why they say if you're a boxer, don't go to Russia and eat the meat. Don't go to Mexico because they be using the steroids in their livestock to make those big cows, and you just chomp it up and then you fail the drug test. Good Lord, I'm pretty sure that Randy Orton is eating a few Mexican cows out there. There's seriously, when Randy Orton stands next to John Cena, that every time that he's RKO'd John Cena, it's literally at like the camp counselor putting the 17-year-old or the 16-year-old down for the count. Like, it's Randy Orton. Listen, everyone pay attention to when he gets announced to the ring. Making his way down the aisle from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing, they're going to lie. They're going to lie. If I swear, if he's announced anywhere south of 300 pounds, I'm just gonna turn the television off. I'm gonna say, you guys can't continue to lie to me. Look at him, Randy Orton right now. I have it paused. I'm looking at Randy. Randy Orton is at least 479 pounds. Just pure muscle. Like, this guy is huge. Where were we? It was a Raw. I think it was maybe 2022 or 2023. I don't remember. Memory's not the best at times, unless you owe me some money. I never forget that. But I remember walking past Randy Orton. This was at a Raw in Boston at the Garden, and I'm 6'4". At the time, I'm 270 something. Rob Gronkowski type, the NFL tight end type build, and Randy Orton made me look small, and that's hard to do. And I'm looking at him now. I'm just saying, man, listen, Randy Orton looks the part. So, with that being said, are you excited for this match at Backlash, this main event? I don't expect it to be their best, but I also don't expect it to be their worst either. There's something that makes it extra special when you just know it's the last time. And, I'm literally like clapping my hands already. I don't know, obviously it hasn't happened yet at the time of this recording, I don't know who's going to win, wink, wink, but I also don't know what it's going to look like. One thing that I respect about John Cena is that he said, I believe on the Pat McAfee show, that he definitely is retiring. There's no amount of money that you can pay him to bring him back. There's no dream match for him. He mentioned that years ago when he said when he begins to lose a step, that's when he's going to call it quits. And he has admittedly lost a step. So I'm curious to see when guys lose a step in the ring, they become better storytellers. It's kind of like, reminds me of Vince Carter. So, and Derrick Rose. So, more so Derrick Rose. Nah, I could throw Vince Carter back in there. I'll explain now. So, like those two, when they had young, fresh legs, they're jumping out the building. Vince Carter can still dunk today, yes, but those windmills in the early 2000s were crisp and flawless. Derrick Rose, before the injuries, the MVP Derrick Rose, again, strength jumping out the building. But after the injuries and the age and father time begins to creep up on you, now those two, once they became veterans, they played different. The athleticism isn't there anymore, or the newer generation has caught up to them. So now they focus on other aspects of the game, or they just downright become mentors. Randy Orton and John Cena have become better storytellers the older they got. Me personally, I would love to see how this match plays out because I'm still thinking that there's some redemption for John Cena in that main event slot because title 17, when he captured it, to be completely honest and transparent, was a bit underwhelming. And we shall see. If you made it this far, thank you. Please, we beg of you, subscribe to the channel, like the video, engage with us in the comment section. There's been some great content. The power playbacks I've absolutely loved by my esteemed colleague, Mr. Joey Business. The last one, and I encourage everyone, 3 episodes in, to go back and listen to them. It's really creative to judge one match or rank one match or talk about one match or dissect one match in chronological order from 1995, the new generation. There's another video on this channel that I did many moons ago where I'm basically making the argument that the new generation was better than the Attitude Era. And thinking more of it, I'm not talking about the characters. I'm not talking about the promos. I'm talking about the wrestling. And now, I definitely agree with that still, but like there were 2 different times in the business. Like where a classic match on Raw, even now, I guess that's literally like trying to break the Da Vinci Code. But back during that era where they were getting away from the Hulk Hogan's, the Macho Man's, the Ultimate Warriors, all the guys from the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, and the focus was on the smaller guys. So instead of, here's another basketball reference for you, instead of like the big guards being the best, the Kobe Bryants, the LeBron James, now like the smaller guys, the Steph Currys are now taken over. Like this is what the new generation was, and the playlist is really good. Like it really brought back some nostalgia. The first video, Joey talked about Brett and Hakushi, and they had a part 2 on Raw. They ran it back. That was really good. The second video, it escapes me. The King of the Ring. Okay, the King of the Ring main event. Yeah, I remember that one in Philly, where the Philadelphia crowd took over and they were trying to drown out the ECW chants. And then the In Your House 2 match, or for Video 3, Jeff Jarrett versus HBK, Shawn Michaels. Very, very, all good choices. Really good choices. Please, guys, when you get a chance, you just stop this video now and just head on over to that playlist. And I'll pick up this mic again, post Backlash, and I may do even some more rambling. And you know I'm the tyrant of tangents. So, with that being said, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is Donnie Wonderful, signing off. And drug test Randy Orton again immediately.